Perfect. I'll structure the article into the following sections for readability and impact. 1. Introduction, The Shadow of a Lord 2. A Troubled Beginning, Seeds of Rebellion. 3. The Descent, From Politics to Betrayal 4. The Propaganda Puppet, Voice of Treason. 5. Whispers in Berlin, A British Ghost Among Nazis. 6. The Fall, Capture, Trial, and Execution 7. Legacy of a Traitor, Forgotten, Yet Feared 8. Epilogue, The Sinister Echo of John Amory. Each section will include subtle, mysterious words and phrases to evoke curiosity and deepen engagement. I'll now begin with the first two sections. 1. Introduction, The Shadow of a Lord. In the grand halls of British nobility, where whispers echo louder than words and honor weighs heavier than gold, a chilling name lingers like a forbidden incantation. John Amory. He was no ordinary man. He was the son of Leo Amory, a revered British statesman and Churchill's confidant. Yet, in the annals of World War II treachery, John's name festers like a scar on his country's conscience. In a war defined by loyalty and sacrifice, John Amory's path led not to valor but to the gallows. What twisted the fate of a nobleman's son into that of a traitor? Was it madness, or something far more shadowy? His story is not just one of betrayal, but of a descent into ideological obsession, hidden sins, and enigmatic choices that confound even the most seasoned historians. This is a tale draped in the eerie fog of treason and ambition, a story the Crown hoped you would never remember. 2. A Troubled Beginning, Seeds of Rebellion. Born in 1912 into a world of aristocratic privilege, John Amory seemed destined for greatness. But behind the stately walls and velvet curtains, cracks began to form. From a young age, John was rebellious, erratic, and prone to what his tutors described as wild and unnatural ideas. He drifted from school to school, expelled for misconduct, and became enmeshed in the underworld of pre-war Europe, haunted by gambling debts, shadowy acquaintances, and scandals involving women of the night. His marriage to a Parisian prostitute shocked the conservative circles of Westminster. But was it love, rebellion, or part of a deeper spiral into the abyss? As Britain edged toward war, John turned not to the Union Jack, but toward a darker banner, one that bore the swastika. How could a son of the empire become a mouthpiece for its mortal enemy? Someone must have whispered in his ear. Prologue, The Velvet Noose. In December of 1945, a door creaked open beneath London's grim gallows. A single man stepped forward, his breath calm, his mind adrift. The executioner stood ready, no stranger to sin. And yet, the figure before him was no common criminal. His name was John Amory, son of a lord, brother to a future cabinet minister, and a traitor to the British Empire. His crime? Not merely treason, but something darker. A twisted loyalty to Adolf Hitler. A voice echoing across occupied Europe, poisoning the airwaves with betrayal. His final words would be whispered behind prison stone, but his legacy would throb like a wound in the heart of Britain. Some say he was mad. Others insist he was charmed by devils in human skin. This is not just a biography, it's a warning. Sometimes the enemy wears your family crest. Chapter 1. Born of Empire, Bred for Chaos. John Amory was not supposed to fall. His cradle was carved of privilege, his lineage stitched into the fabric of empire. Born in 1912, his father Leo Amory was the imperial voice of Britain, a man whose words helped shape the future of nations. But even in infancy, John was restless. In photographs, his eyes seemed to search for something unseen. At elite schools like Harrow and Wellington, John was not remembered for brilliance, but for something off. Teachers muttered of a mind too intense, too wild. Friends drifted away. He spoke of death casually, of ideologies like they were poems. There was genius, yes, but tangled in shadow. By his 20s, John was a storm with no center. Failed business ventures, illicit affairs, and a growing fascination with dictators who promised order through blood. He wandered through France and Spain like a ghost, always out of place, always pursued by creditors, scandal, and whispers of political extremism. But then, he found a cause. Or perhaps the cause found him. Shall I continue with Chapter 2? The Seduction of Fascism and Beyond?